Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about the EcoFlow portable power station slash solar generator, right? So this thing actually has solar panels to help repower this thing. So right now, I have to say this because according to EcoFlow and their little, bullshit, whatever. Anyway, EcoFlow is sponsoring this video. They sent me this solar generator, right? So apparently they don't want me to talk bad about it and, say any negative comments. But lucky for them, that's probably littering, but whatever. Lucky for them, this machine is awesome. Now, when I read the reviews on it and I looked up other YouTube videos, I was completely blown away about how efficient this thing works. I mean, it's really spot on. And so when they sent it to me, you guys know how I roll. If I don't like something, I will throw it under the bus. This, I can't really find a reason to throw it under the bus except for one reason. We'll get to that reason a little later. So the EcoFlow is run by a company called the EcoFlow Inc. or whatever, LLC. And the guys who developed this company, they developed it back in 2017. And these guys were actually involved in the drone industry, trying to make the batteries last longer on drones, right? So when drones first started, they had shit batteries. Then they started developing better batteries that lasted longer. Now with the Mavic 3 Pro coming out, they're expecting that battery to last 46 minutes on that drone. So that's the same guys who developed drone batteries are the same guys that developed this company. Now those guys didn't work for Mavic, from what I understand, but they still learned how to make batteries more efficient, especially these solar batteries or these solar generators, right? Where it takes forever to charge them via the sun, it takes them forever to charge via wall outlet and or the car outlet. This thing is actually spot on the wall outlet, solar power or solar generating properties, and the car. Now, the car I haven't tested, but for all the other videos I've seen, they said that it actually charges fairly fast. And the solar generation part, which I haven't tested myself, but seen in other videos, they said that it charges faster than the Jackery. Now remember, I did the Jackery video, this video here, and it took quite a while for it to charge via the sun. So my next video, it's going to be dedicated to just charging it via the sun, the EcoFlow that is. Now the EcoFlow has one of the fastest charging systems out there. Whether you plug it into a wall or you use the sun, they are the fastest in that respect, right? And even if it beats it out by a minute or two, it still makes them faster, which is why I hate when companies split hairs like that. Like, oh, well, it's a minute faster or whatever. The Jackery proved itself not to be charged in 4 hours. I had it up here for 5 hours and it took forever, right? So the next test is going to be this one, the EcoFlow. So right now, they are on the market the fastest charging solar generator device out there. Now the EcoFlow has the highest output out of any solar generator out there with the feature called X Boost. So X Boost is a special feature where you press the button and it puts out more power to whatever you're trying to power. So in theory, you can have 13 devices on this. Now, you can hook up 13 devices on this, which I would absolutely not do when you're using this during a grid down scenario. I would absolutely try to savor as much as I can by using and charging the things that I need. But if you're looking to do like a camp out or something like that, this will charge 13 devices at once, and it will run 13 devices at once. The bigger issue is, and that's another test I have to do, how long can I get with this machine with 13 devices being run all at the same time. So I am looking to run my TV set, poly DVD player, which I know who uses the DVD player anymore, computer, and charge a couple devices all at the same time. That's going to be a test between this and the Jackery as well. One of the things that was a hook, line, and sinker for me was the fact that it charged from 80%, from 0 to 80% in an hour. So I didn't do the 0 to 80%. I did 30% to 100, and it was less than an hour. It was about 45 minutes, give or take, right? That's fast, guys. And that was a wall charge. I did the same thing with the Jackery at 30% to 100, and that took about an hour and 10, right? So there was probably 30 minutes of 30-minute difference in that, right? Or maybe a little less. Yeah, about a 30 minutes difference. Sorry. So with that, guys, again, this thing charges fast, and I was able to watch both the Jackery and the EcoFlow charge, and take note of who was faster. This is clearly faster. Now, why is faster important? Well, faster is important in case you, I don't know, at the last minute forget while you're going on a camping trip. You're like, shit, I got an hour left or 2 hours left. Let me charge my EcoFlow. You're going to get this charged at 80% in an hour, and then probably after that to 100%, it's probably going to take an additional 10 minutes. Again, super fast. The other thing that this doesn't do while it's charging that fast is it doesn't overheat. So there are fans in the back that expel the heat from here, but I didn't feel it overheat at all, so that was pretty good. So this is the EcoFlow. Obviously, this is the back. Well, that's the side. This is the back right here. So the back has 6 AC outlets, right? So here goes your plug-in. Here goes your outlets right here, and there's 6 of them for you to choose from. And then you also have the car adapter here as well, which I like this car adapter cover. Now, I know it's splitting hairs, but the Jackery's cover doesn't sit deep, so it falls out all the time. This sits pretty deep, so you have to pull a little harder. All right. This is your back panel here. This lifts up, and here goes where you can hook in your charging device and your solar panels, which is back here, right? And here is the front. Now, the front here, guys, what I like about this is it's just narrow. It's not as wide. It takes up less space in the sense that I can sit it frontwards, and I'm not taking up a lot of room this way, right? So again, in comparison to the Jackery is a lot bulkier, and the Jackery is pretty much squared all the way around, right? Where this is a rectangle shape, and this fits in and slides in easily in areas like, for example, the back of your car. So again, though the Jackery is bulkier, the Jackery is still a good solar generator, but I think this is actually better in the aspects of a lot of the ways they figured out how to make it better. So it's like they looked at other solar generators and go, well, we don't want that, we don't want this, we don't want that, and they developed this. The front display is pretty awesome. Now, the one thing, like the Jackery, you just hit display, and it hits the display for 30 seconds, and it shows you what's going on. This, unfortunately, you have to turn on, hold it down, and it comes on in seconds. But still, I would rather a check display button, so that all I have to do is hit it and go, all right, we are at 100%. Now, keep in mind, I used this at the 343 ride. I only charged probably about 3 cell phones to full capacity, and it didn't even move off the percentage. That was the crazy shit. I did the same thing with the Jackery, and I lost 1%. Now, keep in mind, the phones were at different levels, and the two that I grabbed for the Jackery, it went down to 2%. I had 3 on here during the duration, and it never moved a percent. So I don't even know how that was possible. So, like I said before, these are the 6 AC outlets. This is able to run heavy-duty power tools and heavy-duty home appliances. Now, fridge wasn't one of them, and I think they're Delta Plus. They have another one. So this is just a regular EcoFlow Delta. The Delta Plus, if I'm not mistaken, can run a fridge, but I'm not sure for how many hours. But this is still impressive that you can run power tools and home appliances for about an hour or a little more. It depends on the appliance, right? So if you're running something constantly, for example, a grill, an electric grill, the electric grill, if I'm not mistaken, is 68 minutes. So it's just over an hour, right? I mean, and that's just giving you how much time you have if you're using it continuously. No one uses an electric grill that long, so you don't have to worry about it. So this has a 3,300 watt surge, and this is also runs at 1,260 watts per hour, or watt hours, right? Watts per hour, sorry. So here's the other thing, guys. Most households run 15 amp outlets, right, on average. Kitchens sometimes have 20 amp outlets in there. The firehouse, for example, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the outlets are 20 amps. So this is able to charge a lot faster there. Now, here at home, it would charge at an hour on the 15 amps. So you have to keep in mind what outlet you're hooking up to and how fast it's going to charge. Obviously, if you charge to a 15 amp, you're going to get the hour mark probably right on, or a little less, right? A little more, sorry. But if you charge on a 20 amp, you're going to get a little less. right? So it also depends on where it's at, right? If it's at 0, it might take you, it'll take you less than an hour to get to 80, but it'll take you a little more than an hour to get to 100, which is not a big deal. If you have 15 amp and it gets 0 to 80, that's going to take you about an hour, right? Give or take. So again, guys, the amps in your homes make the difference. I'm assuming that when they tested this and they also claim that it's 80 to 100 in an hour, that they did this off the average amps in the home, right? So the average amp is 15. Occasionally, again, like in the kitchen, or if you design your home to have 20 amps for certain things like a home entertainment system or power tools in your garage, you're probably going to go a little higher, probably. Again, it all depends on the power tools you're using as well. So with that being said, guys, this handles, like I said, heavy power tools and heavy household appliances. This thing right now, in my opinion, is beating out the Jackery in every sense of the way. I just like the way it's designed. I like the way that it can store easily. I even like the way it comes with that nifty little pouch. Whereas the Jackery, you have to order one. And for the 1500 that I have downstairs, they don't have a pouch yet for it, so I have to carry it out in the open. I like the protective pouches. They're fucking a home run. They're awesome. The only thing with these pouches is they don't come with shoulder straps or hand carrying straps. As you can see, the two features I told you I like, or the one feature, sorry, is the way this is designed to carry it, right? You can carry it, and it's pretty fucking easy to carry. Now, you're using two hands, but it allows you to carry one hand, right? That's the beauty of this. The Jackery is bulky, so you can only carry it hanging down, whereas you try to muscle it like I did this, it's a little odd. And there are some cases where you might have to do it. Some people are like, why would I have to do that? What are you doing with this power generator, Angryprepper, that you have to lift it like that? Listen, I had to lift it like that the other day when I was carrying the Jackery like this. I was carrying this and I was carrying the Jackery in both arms. It was easier to carry it this way. And then if I have to get it over something, which I did during the 343 ride, it was easy to carry it like that. The Jackery, like I said, is a little heavier and you have to pick it up like this, right? So this always makes it easier to carry. And some people like, you make it look light. It's not light. It is fairly heavy, but it's lighter, or at least it seems lighter than the Jackery. And listen, I'm not beating the Jackery up. The Jackery is a very good solar generating device, but so is this, right? And I'm looking to test others as well. But right now, between the two that I have, I like this the best. Now, one thing I did mention, I'm going to mention now, as far as charging it in your car, it will take about 10 hours to do so, right? The Jackery claims to be the same as well, 10 hours to do so. Again, guys, I'm doing all of those tests this week, so I'm going to run this and the Jackery through the gauntlet. I'm going to have a comparison video later, and I'm going to do a comparison video between the Delta, the EcoFlow Delta, and the Jackery on 13 devices being hooked up to it, and seeing how long the device lasts while everything's hooked up to it. So once this is still at 100%, the Jackery I'm charging to 100%, and we're going to see who wins. Then we're going to drain them both out completely, and we're going to set them up here. Now, the Jackery up here is a pain in the ass, as you guys saw with the solar panels. Canadian Prepper mentioned that if you block so much as a sliver of the solar panels, it sort of renders that panel not useless, but less power being drawn into it because of the way they're connected, the way the solar panels are designed, sorry. So being that they're all designed the same way, I got to make sure that both the Jackery and the EcoFlow are unobstructed and have unlimited sunlight, meaning there's no clouds, anything like that in the sky. And the one thing that I like about this now, the Jackery has one. These have two, USB-Cs. Now, USB-Cs are for laptops, or the laptops that are coming out, phones that are charged with USB-C, iPads and things like that. So this has two USB-C plugs on it, which I dig. I think that's pretty cool that everybody's starting to add that to their chargers now, because it just makes charging certain things easier. So, as far as camping goes, or a week on the road, this is the fucking machine to go with, guys. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And if I'm not mistaken, it's slightly cheaper than the Jackery 1500. So, guys, this is the Angryprepper. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on the Angry Truths channel, the Angry Lensman channel, and you're going to see this device on the Angry Lensman channel as well, because this, for photographers who are on the move, on the road, would absolutely work out in their better interest. But there are also smaller ones that they can go with as well. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching.